Hi everybody, Howard Forder here from ForderLearnToFly.com. The all-metal Zenith stall CH750, short takeoff and landing, home built or factory built. Let's take a look at the panel inside first. Here we see the center console. Everything you need is here: strobe, nav, taxi, landing, fuel pump, the water rudder, and the magnetos, and our master and avionics up here at the top. Pretty simple, pretty easy. Everything is right there near your fingertips. Now the interesting thing is you fly this thing, the yoke is in the middle, that little Y yoke in the middle, very common with the CH series of Zenith aircraft. Fly from right or left seat, and your hands on the yoke on the right, and your throttle's up there, up on the left. Let's have a closer look at that throttle quadrant, just so you get an idea of what that looks like. Well, first we'll take a look at the right side. Let's take a look at everything that's over here. Circuit breakers and backup avionics. As you can see, there's the G1000 glass cockpit. Here we have our landing gear and some cabin heat and an ammeter in the middle. So that's an ELT way over there in the far right. So this G1000 suite that's in here, a lot of us are getting more accustomed to that. I have a separate course or a separate learning lecture on the G1000 if you guys want to tune into that. That'll be on my Forder Learn to Fly website. Here we see the throttle control from your left hand. So it's going to feel more like an instructor every time because you're actually using throttle with your left hand and yoke with your right. There's our flap switch and our trim switch. So all three of the things we need are right there on the left side. And then certainly everything else we need is on that PFD or the moving map MFD. Certainly our audio panel in the middle, as many of you know. So what I'd like to do here first at Toronto Island Airport is just to take it out, our familiar beginner airport. I'd like to take it out for a spin. Before we do that, let's do a quick review here, and you can pause this screen if you wish. Maximum speed 125, but we'll cruise at 100. A stall with flaps at 38. Typical stuff that we see in a home-built or certified aircraft. We see this really quick takeoff on land, 100 feet. Landing roll similar, and we've got a 440 mile plus a useful load 545. And this thing really is an adventurer's plane. I mean, here I landed it on the field, you can do that. Landed in the water, landed on an airport. I mean, this is a versatile go anywhere kind of airplane. They are pretty light, they are very responsive. So let's take it out for a spin. The first thing I'd like to do is your typical float plane wheels amphibious plane is I'd like to take off from the runway and land it in Toronto Inner Harbor. Now, nowadays you can't do that because the Inner Harbor is so busy. On any summer weekend, you won't get a plane landing in there anytime soon, even though it is officially still a sea base. But we like doing that here in the simulator because it's so convenient. What I'll do after that, I'll take it up to Peterborough, CYPQ. And in Peterborough, we've got lots of freshwater lakes, plus the very busy small airport there, the Peterborough Airport. And so let's see this go. You saw it come off the runway pretty quickly there. I'm just doing, I'm not going to climb too fast or climb too high. I just want to take this down and land it on the water. So the first thing I want to do certainly is pull back throttle and then give it some flaps and then take it down. What I didn't take into consideration here as I'm looking now at the video is that I had one heck of a crosswind, and so I'm going to have to just lean into it. Now I should really turn around and face into wind, which is coming from the south. So we'll just do a typical crosswind landing on the water. I mean, that's not desirable. When you got a lake or a bay area this big, you should really just turn into wind and land, right? But we'll do it anyway, we're in simulator, right? So let's give that a try. We've got flaps now, we've got power down. We're heading down to the water. Wing rudders are already down. I've left them down for these short flights, but you're supposed to pull them up for normal cruise. I haven't reached those speeds yet, so. All right, so let's just take it down. You notice it's probably hard to tell from this angle, but I am going to land on the right float first. Not desirable, is it? But I'll do it anyway. So in here you can see, yeah, that was a bit of a hit there. Really had to control the column. And what I'm doing here now is turning it around. You'll notice I came out past the CN tower, turn around and come back down and land. But anyway, it's just for the demonstration. I could have taken many takes on this, but we'll also see a landing when we get to Peterborough, so let's do that. All right, let's take off, full power, let's see what happens. It doesn't take long. right? You can see here, I'm even going to pull up the flaps, even though many people will do a flap takeoff. No flaps at all, up she comes, right? And I probably could have pulled it off even in ground effect a little sooner than that and done a short field takeoff kind of scenario. All right, so I think from here, I mean, I could fly around, and in fact, during this demonstration, I flew around a lot. Flew over to Oshawa, flew up to Buttonville. I did a lot of flying, but here I'll take it now to Peterborough. It's an overcast day, but I'm going to take it home. And when I say take it home, I'm going to follow this river, and I'm going to head up to Peterborough. I'm heading toward Peterborough right now. Came off of Peterborough Airport. I just saved you all that footage. And what we're doing is we're heading toward the town of Peterborough. And that's what we're seeing up ahead. Now first we're going to see the Highway 7 bridge, and I'm actually going to fly under it. Here with the simulator we can do that. In real life I could still do that, but I would probably land before the bridge and just use it like a boat. But here, take a look at this. From this angle, it's a good one. Here I'm turning in toward the bridge. That's the Highway 7 bridge south of Peterborough. And I'm just going to fly right under the thing. Here, let's get closer. Let's come up with a closer view here. And let's just fly under that bridge and get going. Now, as I mentioned, you would typically land before the bridge, of course, if there's no fishermen on the water. And then you could use it like a boat, go through the bridge and then take off from the other side. But that's, here's the advantage of a simulator. Test your precision skills. Let's see you do that bridge. All right, here's one other view here. Here we are from the front of the plane coming under that bridge. That's a major highway artery. Highway 7 stretches a lot of Ontario. But now if we went further, now I'm going to land it here and take it home, literally. All right. So if we went further though, not much further up here, we've got the Otonabee River big area and the canal system, the Trent Severn Waterway, where Lock 21 and Lock 20. These two famous locks. Well, 20 is the most famous. It's the tallest hydraulic lift lock. So, it's something we could go and see. It's not actually here in simulator. They show the bridge. They don't actually show the lift lock. Now that white house with the white shed, that's mine. That's where I built the thing. And I'm just kidding you guys. It's not my house. But this is what could be done. I could take this plane now up onto the land, as you can with many amphibians, and people do this all the time with their 750s. Similar to what we saw with the Sea Ray. One of my other favorite planes. I love the Sea Ray. I love the 750 here. And just take it right up on the land. What people like about the 750 is that you're sitting higher, just like other airplanes, you're sitting higher off the water. With the Sea Ray, we were sitting right in the water. In fact, the water line would be over our feet. But here you can see I'm just going to take it home, and I'm going to park it beside my shed, and I'm done. It is that easy, and it is that simple, you guys. The Stahl Zenith CH750 on wheels or amphibian. Land anywhere, store anywhere, go anywhere.